Story Spotlights, and I'm Eva Rodriguez, and I'm here with co-host Anthony Tamayo,
What's up, y'all?
and we're talking to Disorients. Would you mind introducing yourself and your role in the band?
Sure, I'm Miguel Martinez. I play guitar.
I'm Juan Zuniga, I play drums.
I'm Stephanie Diaz, I play bass.
And I'm Cesar Chavez, and I'm the singer and guitarist.
So, how long have you all known each other?
It's all mixed up.
It's all mixed.
So technically, me and Miguel went to middle school together, so I've known him longest. And then you guys.
Yeah, I met him through another band that we were in.
Oh, nice.
How long has it been? Maybe like 2
It's
years?
been a long time. We split from that band, and we were the only ones that stayed in touch. I think it's been like
Wow.
4 years
Wow.
we've made music together, and then just recently we all became a band. Like what, 2 years ago?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
a
about
year
2
ago?
years Yeah, and then me and Juan met at work, and that's when I introduced him to what we play.
Yeah, he actually introduced Juan to me first, and then I knew him because of her. 'Cause I would see her post about him, so
It seems like it was inevitable. Like,
Yeah,
it was kind of weird.
It's meant
Because
to be.
he came to me and he's like, do you know a guy named Miguel? And I was like, oh, yeah, I went to school with Miguel. He's like, he plays in a band with one of my coworkers. I was like, are you kidding me? So it literally went full circle.
yeah, and he told me about Juan. I'm like, wait, Juan, what? Does he have long hair? Because at the time he had long hair. And I'm like,
Nice.
is his girlfriend named Stephanie?
Yeah.
And
I
then
started freaking out. I was like, wait, what the? Like,
So we kind of, it's all a mix up, but we've known each other for a long time, I guess.
But that's cool. You guys were excited that you guys even knew each other and
Yeah.
everything. So it was, like I said, meant to be, like meant to come together.
oh,
like the
in
muses
the
were pretty-
beginning, we didn't even know who we were gonna get bassists for. Because at the moment, it was just Caesar and I making music, and we were just planning on doing our guitars. And then we met up with him, and we jammed out with him, and we liked what he did with his drums, but we didn't know anybody who could be a bassist for us. And then we invited her over, and it kind of clicked, so it worked out.
Were
in the end.
you playing bass already at the time?
Well, I kind of have a little bit of music experience because I was in orchestra for like 8 years. So I kind of already knew my way around a bass because I played cello and a little bit of bass and everything. And then they brought me to practice one day, and they're like, "Can you play these notes?" And I was like this?" And they're like, "Okay, you're in the band."
Yeah. That's
She picked up
awesome.
really quick.
That's cool.
Like she was meant for it.
It was
So
already
musically
there.
inclined.
It
Cool.
was already there.
Before we go any further, I just want to say thank you guys for coming. And like I said, I've been like since the show, I have been telling showing everybody off my phone, like, look at this band, man, they're so amazing. And like I said, I showed my family, like not just my brother, but on family night, I was like, you guys gotta check. And then we showed like the grandma scene and everything. And I was like, I forgot about that. It almost made everybody I showed cry. They like seen it and they're like, oh my god, like I'm like, see, this is what it's about, y'all, you know.
Making
So
grandmas
thank
cry.
you guys for coming. Like I mean, even you guys being here, like most of the band, like some of the bands, you know, I get starstruck, and definitely I get that way with you guys just because of your musical talent alone. So again, thank you guys for coming, and I you know,
for inviting
Of
us and
then-
giving us that chance.
and
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Well, we had
I
seen
don't
you
wanna give
first
this-
at the open mic at the
that's-
library.
that's right,
Yes.
And you just blew us away. Oh my god! And then you just walked away right after.
Yeah,
It was like,
he was
was
like,
so
it was
nervous.
amazing,
Yeah.
and bye.
Yeah.
And then he
It
was
the real
gone.
fate that way because he told me we were supposed to play together for that show, but I think I had prior places to
Yeah.
be, so he did it by himself, and he knew Pete.
Yeah, Pedro.
And he
he
told
was
me-
the one that told me about that. And then, well, that's when I had invited this guy, and these two were also busy. So, you know, when I had gone over there, I was like, oh, man, I'm nervous.
But it was pretty cool because it kind of was like meant to be because he knew you guys and he knew Pete, and then you guys met him through going to that, so it kind of worked out in the end.
It's just
Yeah.
Nice.
Definitely, yeah. We're really excited for the next event. We have a really great lineup, a lot of good bands, so we're excited.
As soon as the last event ended, I told her we have to do another one. We have to have another lineup like that, if not exactly that lineup, because it was just like, I mean, I was bending, so I was like in and out of the room and stuff. So I enjoyed it, but this time I'm gonna be front row for everything. Not missing anything this time.
Let's hope we have some new material then too.
Yeah.
All the other bands were really good too, though. Like the guy that played before us, it was just him. He was
Alan,
really
yes,
good.
he's always
Really
he's
good.
always one of our like first to go-to guy like for opening and
Right.
everything. So
Yeah, he was really good, and then obviously the Ruffalos were really good after too.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Oh yeah, those guys are crazy, man. We interviewed them last, and those dudes are so much fun. They're
They're
so
going to
cool.
be performing at Beach Clinic as well.
Yeah.
as
Oh,
yeah.
Their
That's
team.
pretty sick.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
So it's
so-
going to be awesome.
Like
Super
a concert.
excited.
I'm telling you, this should be like in a arena,
I
but
know.
you
We'll
know,
get there.
yeah.
We'll get there.
Hopefully.
Over time, yeah.
Yeah. So what are some of your major musical influences?
We're like
Yeah.
mutts. At least
Yeah.
we listen to a lot of mainly. I've been listening to a lot of Interpol now, especially now with we've been writing from our music. But I think we all listen to like hip hop
We're all
and
the same, but we're all different.
yeah.
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 We get a lot of like 90s references, a lot of like kind of 2000s also kind of
Yeah,
stuff
we
in there.
I have a lot of
sometimes.
that Interpol like influence, but I know his voice comes a lot
Like
from like
Pearl Jam.
like Eddie Vedder and
And
stuff
then
like
we
that.
both like me and him me and Juan were really into like a lot of like 90s like what is it
Like space rock and pulsar humor.
alternative like Dropbox, Failure, Hum, and all that.
But
We
also
listen to a lot-
he's in the metal band, so he brings a lot of those metal drums into like
Yeah,
our
so
drum,
that
and it's
high
really
energy,
good.
nice. That Joey Jordison.
So
Yeah.
you're really putting it all together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
You
we
can
all have
definitely
the same
hear it.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah, like everybody, like when it comes together and everything, it's its own, you know, it's Disorients.
That's so cool.
That's
yeah.
where the name comes from.
Yeah, actually, Steph was the one that came up with that name because
Because I'm like,
Oh,
we're-
we had like a bunch of really dumb names that we were going through.
I was like, we should
Yeah.
combine all of our names together and just like Juan, Miguel, Steph, like just do one word.
it was a bunch of cringy stuff for a
Yeah.
little while.
We were,
It must be hard to come up with a band name that everyone agrees on.
But I wanted, because I'm like, we're all kind of all over the place, and I'm like, we need something that's like not good but not organized either. And then I was looking up different things. I'm like, disorients. Oh, and it literally just
Nice.
Yeah.
Because like just
Disorients
between us
happen
two,
there.
we have a hard time like coming up with a name that we agree on. You know, this is between
Huge
four
list.
people. You
that's why we
know.
always have to merge it.
But I like disorients because, like you said, like disoriented is a word you're familiar with. Disorients isn't, but it's
Yeah.
close enough that it's
Yeah.
familiar.
Exactly.
It
Cool.
sounds
Thank
like it has a
you.
good ring to it too.
Thank you.
Speaking of coming together, how do you guys bring a song together?
It's all over
It's
the
kinda
place.
hard. Usually,
Starts with his
It
riffs,
always
right?
starts.
It's either-
It always starts with Caesar.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
always just like.
it's either Caesar's guitar or my guitar, but it's always Caesar and I. We're usually writing, and then the next practice we'll bring it to them.
And then he gets it
In the
right away.
beginning, yeah, in the beginning, we would have to basically write kind of what they would do, but they've gotten so good at knowing what we like and how we like to sound
I see.
that we'll just play what we're playing, and he'll start playing along, and then she'll start playing along, and that's the song.
That reminds me of Ray Manzarek from The Doors. You ever see
Oh,
that? Where
yeah.
like he'll just be like, "Hey, okay, just go do your thing. Let me just," brrr, and then he just gets the beat. And it's like both of you guys are,
It's
are
exactly
that. Like,
like
yeah.
It's
Sometimes-
mostly Juan though, but it's because it honestly is.
Well,
my
yeah, because they'll we'll come into the studio and then we'll practice, and then I'm like, all right, let me try this. It's like, if they like it, they like it. If not, then we'll try something else.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's cool.
and it works out.
I
So
don't know what
pretty
to do.
good.
I don't know.
Works out.
So what so far has been one of the biggest challenges you face in the music industry?
Mostly just getting popular. Like getting
Yeah,
popular.
getting-
I wouldn't say the shows, because we really haven't been like
Yeah.
too hard into getting shows right now, because we're more focused on making our music and like recording it. But getting people like to hear us.
Yeah.
A lot of our friends listen to us.
Yeah, 'cause we have a big support from our friends.
I
but-
downloaded the SoundCloud app so I can listen. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you.
I think the only challenge in the beginning was just figuring out, how we wanted to do everything. And then the recordings too were kind of weird, because I remember the first time we started recording, like one of the very first songs that we don't even play anymore, because it's just, I don't know, we don't play it anymore. It sounded really weird, and it was just like not, you couldn't really hear the drums, and then the vocals were kind of like off, and that was kind of like the biggest issue, at least from like my end, like just to record our stuff. But
Because I think in the beginning we were used to, it was just us two. Before Disorients was even Disorients, it was just we would record vocals and 2 guitars, and that was it. And we would have to write stuff around that. And then once they came, we had to learn how to mix in drums and then the bass and how to make everything sound.
Yeah.
Because he went to school for it, but he took more
like audio engineering.
Yeah,
kind of
audio
stuff.
engineering classes.
But it was still weird to me. I was like, man, like can't get this right sound, for this guy. But you know what? That brought up something else that I remember when it was just us two playing, and we had made a song, and then when his drums would come in, we'd kind of have to change the song. But it sounded way better, like when we changed it.
Change it for the better.
Yeah.
It's always just adjusting with everybody.
Yeah.
We always end up like making
Come
it work
into
out.
harmony.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
cool. That's making a song.
Yeah. Just amazing.
What's one of your favorite songs to play together?
Fake voice.
Yeah, it is.
Honestly,
It's one of our new.
sweetest fruit.
Yeah, those are our
It's
two.
sweet.
We always said those are our two like radio songs. If we ever made it on the radio, those are the 2 songs that we
Nice.
The songs we can actually get.
Yeah, the songs that
We
that
always,
sound
like,
good when we play.
What are your goals for Disorients?
Honestly.
Tour with it. So we're talking about that right now in the car actually because we were listening to Interpol. Like at least as long as we get to tour with Interpol or play the same festival in the same place as Interpol, it'd be pretty cool.
Honestly,
But
I think just playing like
Yeah.
somewhere big like that, like a festival or
Just like a little small, even if it's a small thing, like at the observatory, like when they do like stuff at the Constellation Room, like we're just a bunch of lineup bands, like even just playing there would be amazing.
Yeah.
Just a small thing.
I think it's just as long as we can like play the music and not have to worry about anything else would be great.
Yeah, honestly, just kind of be set.
Like
already,
set, like not have. Obviously, the end goal is not to have a lot of money. It's to make
Just-
great
Yes,
music.
Do what you
yeah.
love.
But
it
it
also
wouldn't hurt
it
to
wouldn't
be-
hurt to be set.
to
you
be
know?
set.
If you're good at something, don't
Yeah.
do it for free. That's
Yeah.
all, you know.
Just
And also
being
play
out
at the
there.
Hollywood Bowl.
That's
Nice.
dope.
Yeah.
And that's what I think too. All you guys just need is just to be heard, and then that's it. Like you guys are, it's it. I'm telling you guys, because just you guys sound that amazing.
Thank you.
you
Just,
so
it's
much.
mostly about just trying to get connections with people. That's another big thing too, because you realize like a lot of bands made it out there because they know somebody and they know someone.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I know this guy, who know this guy. Like,
But as a fan, they see it as like they made it here.
Yeah.
You know, and once I'm done, once they hear that, they're gonna go, these guys are the real deal.
And making those connections too is just about getting yourself out there,
Yeah.
you know, playing shows and being around other
Yeah.
people, and that's really all it is. Because you guys, like you said, are amazing. Once they hear you, they're
Well, I think Home Gallery helped us out a lot because
They really
we had
did. Thank
we
you
had a
so
lot of supporters before we played the show and before we started connecting with you guys. But like we said, mostly our friends, which is not bad because they spread the word. But I think it was nice to get that outside support from people we don't know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
who don't know you and aren't your friends.
Yeah.
You don't have to support
Yeah, they don't
you.
have to be nice to
Yeah,
us.
they hear us for the first time and they're like, oh my god, they're actually
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I saw the praise between you and the Ruffalos, you know, online and everything, and that was just like, hey, God's recognized
Oh, yeah,
gods,
they're-
you know what
they're
I
the
mean?
best.
Pretty much.
And in our interview with them, they even had mentioned you guys. I don't know if you
Yes.
listened to it, but I think they had said something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they were like Disorients. Yeah, they were, or they actually had mentioned they're like the band before us.
Yes,
They were just
yes,
amazing.
yes.
Like,
Oh my gosh.
That's actually nice to know.
Thank God.
We always get that too. What was that your coworker had said? It was like, hey, listen to you guys' stuff. You guys actually aren't bad.
Yeah, they were surprised that we didn't sound bad. I don't.
Yeah, and that's honestly like the best compliment because
Yeah.
it's like you're expecting for like someone to be like, nah, these guys gonna suck, and then
And then you hear a coworker like, oh, not too bad.
yeah. When are you guys gonna play
Got my
again? you know?
coworker's approval.
How has your music changed over time?
Oh,
Wow.
it was really sad in the beginning.
It was a lot of depressing.
It was extremely sad. When we started writing music, it was very sad and like slow. It's still like that, but it's more like upbeat.
It's more upbeat.
The lyrics are still sad, but everything else is the music is
Like, you can-
happier.
You can really tell, like, there was a song called Calm, like, which is one that was just like all instruments.
And I think that was the first song we wrote before they even joined the band, and that one was
really slow. And then in my head, I guess in my head's like a really good starter to see how we start, because that's technically our second song we all wrote together. And then if you compare like in my head to like one of our newest
Fake
songs,
Ways
Fake
and,
Ways,
like,
it's
yeah.
complete like change of pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really big thing.
Are there any changes that you're hoping to make in the music that you're developing right now?
I would like to have it a little bit heavier,
I would too.
a little more
actually.
distortion, you know.
A lot of more 90s.
I tried doing that with my guitar because I know he does a lot of the like melodies and like, so I have to be more of the heavier one. But I could be heavier than what I'm doing now.
And I really need like a good like amp for like my bass, because I love that chunky bass sound, like Smashing Pumpkins and all that. I love that sound, and I really want us to like just venture out there, because I like the fact that none of our songs sound the same. I mean, they kind of do and they kind of do, but like the fact that we all venture and we all agree to stuff, it's really nice.
Nice. We have
Yeah.
to get a GoFundMe to.
We had bought it
basses.
an amp, but I think it busted the day of the show that we
Busted the
played
day of
with
the
you
show.
guys.
That was a funny thing too.
But like I said, the good thing is that he's in another band, so we just borrowed
Oh.
his. But
Oh my
There's a lot of
gosh!
benefits.
Always right the day of the shows.
It
Yeah.
always happened. We're like, this is fake. It's fake.
So I just wanted to be clear real quick. Like, you guys are like maybe looking to venture into the metal world, or just going
no,
faster paced, higher energy.
Maybe not necessarily metal, but more just a little heavier, you know, a more distorted sound.
yeah.
Yeah.
Something like Queens of Stone Age type of.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Stone
Stone
Age.
Age, Fighters, like around that.
I see
like
that. Yeah.
like late 90s, early 2000s heavy sound.
That is
That's
cool.
pretty much-
Yeah, well, because I think in our music, especially with this first demo that we're probably hopefully going to release really soon.
Emphasis on the rhythm.
Hopefully. I think every song we have on there has a different sound. Like, you could really hear our influences on it. Most of the songs that I've written, you could hear like the Interpol stuff. In my head, which I know he wrote most of the chords for, it has a lot of like the Incubus type
vibes.
feeling.
Ooh,
And
nice.
then like all of their drummings and stuff like that. It sounds very heavy, like Queens of Stone Age. So you could really hear all of our different influences and like kind of where we want to go.
Yeah.
But it's just we need to make everything more
Yeah.
tighter.
We just
Yeah.
make it happen.
Yeah, practice makes perfect.
And then,
Exactly.
let it fit. Yeah, they'll make it fit. Yeah.
Exactly.
How do you guys deal with creative blocks?
I think
It's mostly, I say it's mostly when Caesar's in a creative block. Like, we just came up with that song, Los Cardos?
Oh, yeah, Los Cardos, yeah.
And it was so funny because he came up with the song and it worked out with Miguel, and then me and Juan were trying to like figure it out, but we weren't really feeling it. So we literally gave him like 30 minutes, and then he dropped it down, then he like changed it up a little, and then he started throwing something in there, and then we started throwing up something. So it's usually when somebody has a creative block, we usually always like
Everyone's
figure out
Yeah.
like
Like
what's
everyone
wrong.
pitches in,
like,
kind of.
I think,
Yeah.
I think what helps out is like we said, we're all like mutts when it comes to like music. So if I'm playing something, I'll send it to Caesar, and he has his own like style that he wants to play. And then if we're both like stuck somewhere, their differences in what they listen to kind of help us out in making it go further.
Cool.
Yeah,
It's just all different
Yeah, it
perspectives
just-
where you
Yeah.
can just
Yeah.
lift every rock.
because
you
it's
know,
not
like-
just like I like Pro Jam, he likes Pro Jam, they like Pro Jam. So it's we have to make it sound like this, and then
Yeah.
we're all stuck because we're trying to make it sound like one thing.
Exactly.
And,
Yes.
and honestly, because we have a past experience like with another band, the band that we actually met in, they were very like that. Like, this is how the song's gonna go. We don't want anything else in there.
Yeah,
Like,
we have
even
to
if
keep one mindset.
Yeah, and you know, every time we try to like, oh, do you think this sounds good? Yeah, it sounds good, but we're not gonna use it. But, all right.
Yeah, that's why I was glad because I was in a band with my best friend, so we had a falling out, and I took him from them because he was the better musician out of all of them.
I am not leaving empty-handed.
So in leaving a band with my best friend, I gained another band with family, which is better because
Yeah.
they all understand what I'm trying to play, and then we understand what each other trying to play. You know?
And the fact that everybody has a musical ear helps with everything, because they've been playing guitar forever, and then he's just amazing at drums, and then that, I guess it's true, and then it's just I tried. They helped me out because I'm still a rookie, but I try. But it's
She
just
picked it up
everybody.
really quick.
Yeah.
That same day that she came over, she got we showed her 5 songs?
yeah, like
and she got
5
the
songs.
riffs for every song down.
And then I was like, I've never done this before. They're like, I guess you're in a band. I was like, okay. So that's pretty much it. Oh my god, I have that much going on.
That's cool. See, yeah, it's a matter of just getting it, you know.
Pretty much.
And it's funny, I noticed that it's the girls, like, we interviewed Los Chongos, and they have a girl, she's the bassist.
I think
too,
she
right?
is, yeah, or the keyboardist.
Oh,
or
the
something.
keyboardist, and she's like, oh, I'm not that good, and it's like, no.
You know what? Now that I think about the story, it was kind of like we just brought her on, like, you know, she was there, and like it was kind of like the same thing.
Yeah, we didn't give her a choice whether she wanted to play bass or not. We just made her.
Like, yeah, you're playing.
Like, I got nothing going on.
What's your most memorable experience performing so far?
I think playing at home gallery.
That was,
That was the only-
our first.
So far, yeah.
We were really, like we said, we've played once before, but it was to friends, so it kind of didn't
It was
count.
at his house, actually.
That was at my house. We were just having a barbecue, and we're like, all right, we'll play because all of the gear was there. But I think home gallery was the first time we played to an actual crowd,
Yeah.
and it was actually pretty fun. It was
was
funnier
really
than any
fun.
previous shows I've played
And
at.
I've never played a show before other than like high school concerts, like winter concerts. So I'm like, this is way different than playing behind a cello. And I was like,
Awesome.
I don't. It was really nice. Thank
How did
you.
it feel? What
it was.
was it like?
Ooh, it was really good. I mean, it's nerve wracking, but it's really fun. Like after like the first 5 minutes, you're over it.
Yeah.
I was looking back at the videos and you guys didn't seem nervous. Oh,
I feel like I looked more nervous than they did.
No, not at all.
No.
I know, I kept looking back at you and you were like, yeah.
Yeah, the
think we
idea
did
is that
okay.
we want to be like home, you know, like
Yeah.
the people that your family you try it in
Right.
front of for the
Yeah.
first time, you know.
You
and-
can't fail,
yeah,
you know, in
can't
front of your
fail.
family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
family's always gonna support you and think you're awesome.
Like my sister when she sang it's just a family story that my sister when she was really little, we're about 11 years apart, so I wasn't even born yet, but we have like this old VHS and it's of her trying to sing. First my brother plays the little stupid flute that you get over there.
The recorder?
Yeah, you know, so he's playing it and everybody goes, okay, yay. So my sister couldn't handle him getting all that attention, so she goes and she starts singing and oh my god, you could tell she's trying to try some fucking like Ashanti Aaliyah, like you know. So she's putting way too much emphasis, and just like how you guys like my uncle got up and he left because he didn't want to laugh in front of her, and everybody's trying so hard like not to laugh, and my grandma's like, come here, mija, like come here, yeah, you're doing good, just look at me. And it was just like, if I could just try it right now, it was just like, silent night. And it was like, you're like, oh. And then she didn't stop. She was, I'm going to do the whole thing, you know. It was funny. You guys got to come over for Christmas. You didn't see it. We play it every year. She loves it. What's the best piece of advice you've been given?
Band members come and go.
Who?
Band members come and go.
Yes,
That
I
one
was
guy.
actually thinking about that too. When we had just split from the other band, because we really didn't know what we were gonna do after. Because we wanted to do something together musically, but we didn't. And at the time, we were still kind of, I wouldn't say grieving, because it wasn't like someone died or anything. But we both lost friends,
Yeah.
and we just left the band. And his uncle, I know, crying. His uncle's a DJ, so he has producer friends that come and go every now and then. And one of them told us,
Yeah, he basically just said, musicians, band members, they come and go. And like, you don't have to worry about, losing anybody, because there's gonna be somebody else, and it'll probably, most likely be better. And yes.
yeah, and it turned out great.
Yes.
And that's how we're here.
Yes, that's cool. I mean, just real quick. I mean, I said the same thing about my ludus. Like, I've had this here. I've been training people since I was like 18, and I'm 30 now. And so I've been training off and on people, and like when I don't have anything going, when I don't have like a job or whatever, I can make this happen, and I get a whole group of people, and then they fall at the wayside at some point because sometimes it gets a little difficult. It gets like, fuck, this is hard. And then I can just do it again though. I feel like on command, I can just be like, man, okay, I'm gonna hit a few guys, be like, hey, didn't you say you wanted to work out? And then make them into a fighter. you know, and then use them to spar with, you know. So it's really cool. And then they get in the fighting world, which is fun.
That's good.
So
Really inspiring. Nice.
What is the best piece of advice you can give to aspiring artists?
It's kind of hard being aspiring artists to give advice to. I don't know. It's just keep trying, because I know we've had, like, at least for us, we have a lot of music where we'll try to give up on it, but we just got to keep going. And that's how some of our
find time for each other. That's
that's
a really big thing. Find time for each other. Everybody goes to school and everybody has work and everything too. So.
Also, don't be afraid to change.
Don't be afraid of change.
Yeah, don't be afraid of
don't be
change. Yeah, there you go. Because sometimes you just have a certain song that you don't want to give up, and you just like, you know, it won't work well.
Because one of the first songs we made, he really doesn't like. I like it a lot, but he doesn't like it. So I'm always trying to push him to like fix it. And we ended up making that song we played at the show, the one that we made that day. We literally made it that day out of that old song we had.
Yeah. And that was actually one of the like creative block or whatever it's called.
And I think they're the ones that actually like pushed us to do that, because he was playing the chords, and I mentioned him he should probably play same chords but different. And then she made her bass for it.
And then he just comes in and then he just plays like nothing.
I know. I get this feeling like he just kind of goes, got it.
That's exactly what
The thing I like
That's what you want, right? And they're like, yes.
The thing I like about him is that I could tell him, oh, I wanted to sound like Interpol, I wanted to sound like Queens of Stone Age, and he goes, okay, I got it. And he starts playing.
No, yeah, because I remember when I first started playing with them, they played that song, and I was like, wow, I really like this song. And then, I don't know, years later, we just kind of forgot about it. And I'm glad that we...
But it's funny because we both like it, and they both hate the song. So it's...
It all worked out together.
But
There's your perfect balance right there,
exactly.
you know?
But out of
that,
hating and loving it, we made the new song.
the new song. And honestly, I like that song a lot.
Yeah.
That's how yin and yang works, you know?
Yeah, it's always working out.
What's your guys' favorite 90s jam?
Oh.
Band
Everything.
or jam?
I guess we do band too.
90s.
You can do band if you want to.
Band and jam.
What's that song by Robin S?
You gotta sing it too.
90s.
Show Me Love?
Because what if we don't know? How does it go?
It's like a house music.
Is it? You got to shout.
Yes,
That's a jam.
That's a jam. It reminds me of my family.
Yeah.
Family party.
Yeah, I can already smell the beer and carne asada just listening to that.
And all the Theos.
Yeah, like no one's dancing, everyone's too busy looking hard, but it's some dance ass music on it.
And there's a random piñata somewhere.
I think it sounds good. I don't know about you guys, but
I think it's like a lot of hip hop, like Snoop Dogg and stuff like that.
DJ Quick.
Yeah, because we like rock and stuff like that, but I think.
But we all pretty much grew up the same. Like all of our like dads and moms listened to the
Parents were
same.
like cholos and stuff like that.
Veterano.
We listened to the Manhattans and like Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and all that.
That's my dad. And then my mom would listen to like a bunch of 80s stuff like Madonna, Depeche Mode. And my mom's like stuck in the 80s.
Debbie Deb. Is that
There you go. That's
A
it.
lot of Spanish rock too.
oh yeah.
Oh, dude, that's a lot of what I grew up
Oh yeah.
with. My mom's playing that like 24/7 all the time.
Yeah, I don't,
like, it was,
growing up from like the earliest memories I have is riding on my uncle's Datsun, listening to either the Smiths or like Mana.
Mana.
I actually grew up with all that, like DJ Quick, Too Short, and all that, and then like my mom's stuff, and I always grew up with that. And then like I think 7th grade came, and then I suddenly had my emo phase.
emo phase?
And then my emo phase was like Coldplay and Paramore, and then I was like, and then that's when like a whole different genre opened up for me. But I still listen to everything too.
It made you guys eclectic as a result.
Music expanded though, still not listening to Coldplay.
Do you guys have any hidden talents?
Other than music, of course. I mean, it's not hidden, but you know.
I used to draw. I was actually gonna go for fine arts, and I used to do a lot of color pen, like you know those pictures of people like coloring with Prismacolor and all that. I used to draw. I still have like a whole like sketchbook. So that's my only hidden talent.
Nice.
That's
actually.
awesome.
Thank you. I think it's
Other
fun.
than
Was it-
other than music, no. I mean,
No.
'cause I play other instruments too, but I mean,
What do you play?
I used to be in a mariachi band.
Oh.
Yeah, I played a guitarron.
I was gonna tell you because I saw it today in your garage, and I didn't know if it was yours or it was
I played in high school all 4 years, and then I played a little bit after high school, but I mean, I wanted to focus more on the band. So
Yeah.
He
That's
says
cool.
that, but it's also bass and then a little bit of guitar.
Yeah.
Nice. Like a mariachi guitar or just guitars?
both. I mean, electric and regular. acoustic,
I'm
yeah.
thinking Coco and.
It's actually
It wasn't that intense, but
I love that movie. I cry every time, even though I know what's gonna happen. I know it. Yeah, it's like that grandma looks just like my grandma. Brown and white hair. Yeah.
Do you have any hidden talents, Miguel?
I used to tattoo when I was in high school,
Nice.
Whoa.
but
That's cool.
I gave up on my hopes and dreams to be a musician. But
So you're an
yeah.
artist too. I mean, like as far as drawing. And
Yeah, I'm probably rusty, but I could draw.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Give you a couple of smiley faces.
I can give you some stick figures if you want.
I don't know if this is a talent, but you can probably sleep
I'll
about anywhere and like get comfortable.
Oh my god.
turn around and he'll be snoring on my couch.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
After the other day he slept over and we were talking. He finished what he was saying and I was telling him something and I turned around and he was snoring, like full on snoring.
No, and I don't even think I was sleeping right too. I was like this.
He was like Mexican
down.
dad, like on the
Like
couch.
Daddy.
Yeah.
That and then
I think his hidden talent is that he's the oldest one out of the group. He's the youngest, but
But
he's
he's
The oldest soul.
the
Mentally,
oldest soul.
he's
in
the
all-
oldest.
Yeah.
That's he's oldest. Always sleeping everywhere.
He makes so many dad noises. We were in the car right now. He was burping. He was like muttering under his
And
breath.
then every time he bends down to the mic, she was like, ugh.
oh yeah, I was gonna get your tacos. Oh.
He's a dad.
That's funny.
It's okay.
Don't
Caesar.
be afraid to ask. I know you guys have the
Okay,
comic
this is
book,
my favorite. I just
podcast.
my thing as far as I go. I like to ask people who their favorite character is in comic books. It tells me a lot about who they are, especially even if they say, "Oh, I don't really have one" or whatever. I always like, okay, well, by how I heard what you are about and everything, I think you're like this, whatever character. But if you guys have a favorite one, please let me know.
Depends, DC or
Anyone, like, because I know, like, between DC and Marvel, like, there's always like, I think Green Arrow is a little bit better than Hawkeye, but not. I mean, that's just an example.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
really
yeah.
believe that.
well, me, I think I grew up liking Hulk. Like he's probably my favorite character.
Yeah.
I still have Hulk sheets.
Nice.
he
Probably
still has the fists.
Probably from like 2001 or like whenever I got him. But yeah.
When he started to get all popular again. Nice. But we were kids.
Yeah, monsters.
I think
Maybe.
I don't really have a favorite superhero because it's only me and my brother. So my brother is 4 years older than me, so he grew up watching all the 90s cartoons. Like we grew up watching X-Men, like on Cartoon Network there was the Justice League. So I'd say, but far from that, Hawk Girl's always been my woman.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't know, like every time she was on, and I was like, I don't know why.
She has a deep story. Like her and
Yeah.
Hawkman, they've had so many
Exactly.
lives. They're like the Eternals. They
Exactly.
die and then they kind of come back to life. They see each other and then they fall in love all over again.
I think that's what I like too, like the whole storyline. And then we even went to Long Beach Comic Con, and there was a girl dressed up as Hawk Girl, and I was just like,
did her wings
oh
go
my
up
God.
and
She
stuff?
had the
Yeah,
wings and everything.
We
and
saw
then
her at
she had
LA
the
Comic
corset.
Con.
Oh, did
And
you?
then it was
Yeah.
probably the same girl. I was
Uh-huh.
just like, can I take a picture with you?
Hey, I want the wings up too.
And she had
Don't
the
cheat me
staff
out.
and everything. I was just like, oh my god.
That's
I don't know.
dope.
She's always been my favorite. Any?
I don't know. Honestly, like
He's too old. He doesn't remember it.
Probably something.
no. Honestly, like for a long, still like Wolverine was like the character that was like my character. I had to be Wolverine.
Yeah, like no one else can be Wolverine.
I think I was him also for like 2 years in a row for like Halloween.
Nice.
So I had the mask and like the claws and everything. And, I was just
best character from Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah, that
Exactly.
too. Yeah. So
Exactly.
My favorite character.
yeah,
That or Spider-Man.
Wolverine's my favorite.
I remember I always wanted to be Wolverine until I knew who the Punisher was, and then I was like, no,
Oh.
never mind.
Oh.
I'm gonna pull my hair first.
You're not that badass.
Just get a Sharpie and draw some.
I don't know. I grew up on like the Batman animated series, so I was always like really into Batman. But yeah, I think it's just like DC mostly. 'Cause there wasn't really like Marvel
Yeah,
like
other
cartoons other than like X-Men when I was
Or-
growing
or the
up.
Yeah.
Because I know they had the
DC
Spider-Man
has
one.
amazing
Yeah.
animated series nowadays. Like, I mean, you're lucky to get a decent Marvel one, and if you do, it's probably an anime version. Because
Yeah.
they had that Punisher Confidential, and it was anime. Oh my god, like it was amazing. But as of late, they have not been doing good.
Yeah.
But like I've
Like-
shouldered Flashpoint. Did you guys happen to
Yes.
see that one? And that one, I hope they make a movie about that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
read
definitely.
the comics, and then I was reading the Batman the Metal series.
Oh,
it's
that's
good.
cool.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I didn't get to fully read it at all, like pretty much not at all, but I know the premise around it
Yeah.
because it kind of reminded me of Captain America. I was reading this Captain America ongoing series where he ended up being this bad guy.
Yeah.
But he was from an alternate
recent one or
universe.
the-
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
ended up killing everybody, like
read that,
from the
yeah.
Avengers.
Uh,
And I was like,
yeah.
damn, someone kick his ass.
I have yet to read the one where Punisher kills everybody. I wanna read
Yeah.
that
Oh,
one.
I have that one. Let me know when you want to borrow it. It has like every
Nice.
version of it, and then they have a non-canon, and then they
Yeah.
have a
Yeah,
canon.
that one.
It's basically showing you how to kill all of them.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I saw it. And then they have the canon where he basically fights them all. But that's
I really
that's
like
pretty cool.
those. When they kill the universe. It's like Deadpool and Punisher. But I think my favorite series is the Marvel Zombies one.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
those
is
are
a
really
good. That
good.
is
So many of
so
them.
much fun too because as zombies they have their
Yeah.
power, like Spider-Man, just taking you
Yeah.
out, putting you in a web and eating you. Woo, that's
And
scary.
then when they eat Galactus, it's like the scene.
Oh,
It's like the scene.
yeah. What was I gonna say though? One more. I know it's not. It's not an echo influence thing, but about Punisher. He's now the Cosmic Rider, and now they have
Yes,
one
I
of
was
him
reading that.
destroying Marvel's history.
I haven't read that far, but I've seen when he turned into
The Cosmic Rider.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, they haven't even. It's still in. Like, I'm probably just gonna wait to get the paperback to get him destroying the Marvel history,
Right.
which is so cool. I mean, yeah, he's the closest one I see to Kratos. He was a man. He became a god, and he
Yeah.
fucked up Thanos.
Did you hear that? What's his name? The guy from Kingsman, the movies. I think he's gonna be the new Wolverine. The younger guy.
The little guy?
Yeah.
The little guy.
Yeah, Wolverine's a little guy.
He is a little guy.
Wolverine's a little, but that's pretty cool. I take that. I'll take
I don't
that.
mind.
I mean, Marvel knows what they're doing. I
Yeah.
trust them.
They're good.
Go ahead.
So where can we find you guys online?
SoundCloud at Disorients Music, or is it just
Just
Disorients?
Disorients, yeah.
Uh,
And then
our Instagram is
Instagram is
Disorients Music.
Our Instagram is Disorients Music.
And then, do we have the YouTube up yet?
We do have a YouTube, but it's under your account. We don't
I think it's
have
still
one.
Disorients Music. But yeah, it's still like under construction.
Yeah, we actually.
Building.
The one that I had put up was the one at Home Gallery. We put up like maybe 2 videos of the band,
Yeah, what we play.
and yeah, that's all we have right now.
Oh, right now.
Yeah, but soon I think we're gonna be doing music videos for some of the more popular, right?
Hopefully,
Yeah, for like Sweetest Fruit, I think we started on that one, and
had an
then
idea.
yes,
Are you guys gonna film it yourselves?
yeah, we started. We've actually been because it's a certain type of film that we were thinking about, so it takes quite a long time
I
to
see.
film. So I think we started a year ago.
I don't remember.
No,
It's been a while.
it's been a long time. Yeah, it's been a long time, but it's still in the process.
That's cool.
But currently it's just us, and we still need them to come out in it. So
I see.
If you guys are ever down
Yeah.
for us to film for us, we'll just probably be at Jack in the Box.
Well, I can't wait to see it. You know, I was just thinking like we usually, as Home Gallery, we like to network people and everything. And when you do come to the events, for any of the events, it could be the concert or just doing whatever, and you'll meet people. Like we have a friend named Ray. He usually sometimes will film for us, but he got a job. But his thing is filming and editing, and he loves to do that. And
He's doing music videos for Graves 13.
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
he
that.
has, and he does a lot of he does one time he put up the music video while they played, you know.
We were there playing at an event.
Yeah.
He put it up on
Really
YouTube.
cool.
He scheduled it so that it would come out right when they were about to perform. you know?
Yeah.
It's
That's
super
nice.
cool.
So yeah, like if you know, eventually, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be at your guys' event too. So
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
be sure to
yeah.
get you guys connected, and
cool.
any other person who, like, you know, like I'm telling you, you guys you need to just spread
Yeah.
out and talk to anybody, and they
Well,
have something to
I
offer.
think I think the vendor that was sitting next to me when we performed, I think we're gonna contact her about making either a logo or the album art for
Oh,
the
nice.
demo.
Judy,
Cool.
Judy.
Yes,
Oliva.
yeah, her.
Oh, yeah, nice. Cool.
Yeah, 'cause
Cool.
she
got
had really cool
style.
stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
I liked her stuff. It was nice.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I
It's
love
like
it.
that
It was
vintage,
amazing.
like rock.
I love
like,
that too. I love anything
Yes.
vintage.
It's amazing. Well, I guess that's it. We want to tell you guys thank you so much, not only for performing, but for performing for us again. We can't wait to
Yes.
hear it.
So
for
excited.
coming to
Hope
talk
to-
with us.
Yes,
No
this was
problem.
awesome. Thank you so much, guys. As a fan,
No place we'd
I
rather
am
be.
very excited that you guys are even here and
Thank
you
you.
showed up. You know, so
I'm
thank
sorry,
you.
you were saying though.
I was just hoping we put on a good show.
Oh, you guys, every time we've seen, I mean, we saw you perform that one time and then you guys came, it's been amazing. So I don't doubt that it'll, you know,
Yeah,
any
no
mistakes you
doubt
guys
about
make,
it.
we're not even going to notice anyways.
Yeah, like we're not that inclined to music, so we wouldn't notice anyways.
It's
just
okay.
gonna be
we're
like,
we're gonna notice.
We'll
Yeah,
talk
you know,
about it on the way home.
every artist noticed the smudge on their painting.
We'll
and
tell
stuff
you
like
about
that,
it
you
after
know?
we finish. It's okay.
I always say, you know, when we first started putting these events together 2 years ago, I would come home crying from every event, every single event. Anthony knows.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
be just bawling, crying, like, oh,
'Cause the
it's
turnout wasn't
terrible,
as,
it
you know.
sucked, you know, yeah, because it wasn't as big as it is
But
now.
I thought it was awesome. I had a good ass time.
and everyone always did. You know, they'd always tell me, "Oh, it was great," and even though they'd tell me that, I was still like, "It's not what I wanted it to be." You know,
Yeah.
but
it
you
was
just
such a chill vibe going in there. Like I didn't know what I was expecting. I thought it was gonna be just people just like sitting there, and then we were just gonna come and play. But everybody was talking. Everybody was gathering around.
yeah.
Everybody just getting along. And then it was music, and it was just it was literally a homely feeling. So thank you for
yeah,
having us.
we really try to build that community, you know, where you feel like we want everyone to be able to be who they are, whatever that is, you know,
Yeah.
and be comfortable being that in front of us, practicing, so they
Yeah.
can confidently go into the world and be who they are.
I think that's why Alan shows up so often too. He's trying to get over jitters or something, so he keeps coming and
The
playing.
first guy?
Yeah,
He's really good.
Yeah, so
Especially
he,
for being by himself, like being a one man.
he's not always by himself. He does have another drummer.
Arwen.
Arwen, yeah, he has her
They're
and
two-piece sometimes, but
Velvet Cherry. I think is their
no, Velvet Cherry is his.
That's his
Yeah.
individual one, and
Theirs
then
is
Yellow Fuzz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was for you.
Yeah, so he comes all the time to just like I guess practice that,
Right.
and I'm since he started, he's gotten really good.
I'd want to hear the band because by himself he sounds really good.
Yeah, Arwen's a really good drummer. She's like this tall, but she all you can see is the top of her head, you know.
But that's it. Thank you guys so much for
Thank you
coming
so
on.
much for
and
having
taking the
us.
time.
What amazing. Thank you.
We'll see you guys at the show.
So excited.
Yeah,
excited.
August 24th, 5:10 p.m. at the Collab in Uptown, 13117 Philadelphia Avenue in Whittier, California. Yeah,
That's
we'd
very
have
good. You
a
memorized
pretty
that.
good lineup. Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much.
Good night, y'all.